Both. All right. So how's it going, everybody? This is Omar Thabit, and this is another interview on MotivateMe313. I am here with the wonderful, the queen, Ashleigh Brock in the building. Thank you again for doing this interview, Ashleigh. Yeah, I appreciate you doing this interview. I'm really thankful. I know I interviewed A-Rock earlier. Now we got Ashleigh Brock here. Two powerful people in the community, always giving back. So thank you guys both for doing this interview.
Thank you for having us.
Alright, so we're going to get going and get started. And the first question I usually ask my guests is, can you tell us about yourself, Ashleigh?
Okay, so my name is Ashleigh, of course. I am a Detroit native, born and raised. I'm a mother of 4 children. I've been married for almost 11 years. Entrepreneur, a mom activist, a free spirit, and an entrepreneur.
So you said you're a mom activist. Can you tell us what that means, being like a mom activist?
So now, not even just now, being a mom for now 16 years, I understand that there's no rules, there's no guidelines to this. So my job now has become, how do I unify motherhood in a way that we understand that we're still women first, and our job is to, I don't want to say this, our job is to pull and pour into our children because they're gifts. Every day that we see our children, we open up a new gift. It's something new that we learn. So my job is to not only strive for you to be a better woman, but a better mom as well.
Awesome. And I appreciate you sharing that with us, because I know there's a lot of ladies out there that also fall into that category, being mom activists as well. So you did mention that you are an entrepreneur, and so I want to kind of touch on that. So you're an entrepreneur in my eyes and in plenty of people's eyes, including yourselves. So what are some things you have done in the past and things that you still plan on doing in the future with the entrepreneurial life?
Oh, I've done so much.
I know you have.
I owned a children's boutique for little kids called Little Rugby. It was fun, fun project. That's when I first became a mom. So I was buying clothes when I still go too. I also started the first modern co-working space for women only called Smile Detroit. I was a co-founder of that. Build a community so women is always my focus. I also had the Gamers Gallery, which was an interactive gaming center located in Hamtramck, Michigan. And so now I'm more focused on strengthening women, providing service, building community, all those things, and not only just myself becoming a stronger entrepreneur, also guiding my children into that light as well. So that's what's going on now. That's
awesome, and that's something that you're doing a great job of doing, by the way. Wonderful kids. I kind of posted about how you call them the K Crew, which is kind of cool because all their names start with K, correct?
Yeah.
So that's awesome, and great kids, great, all of them, great individuals. So why do you believe, going with that, so why do you believe having a strong family is the key, is a big key to success in life?
Having a strong family, you're not always going to get support from outsiders. So as long as you're still thinking within your household, your home, the core of you, it makes you a better person. It makes you strive harder. It makes you go harder. So it's important that you set that foundation solid. And if you see a crack in the pavement or whatever, you need to smooth that out. You need to figure out what's going on. If it's communication or whatever, you have to have a solid foundation to build anything. So I feel like having a firm family allows you to be anything, regardless if it's an entrepreneur, a doctor, lawyer, whatever. It's the foundation that's most important.
And the family is the foundation, is pretty much what you're saying. So
yeah, so in your direction, absolutely.
All right. So now we're gonna go into the womanhood part that you're saying. You're empowering a woman. So I read one of your posts and that mentioned pure and true unity amongst womanhood will always win. All right. I love that quote, but I want to hear you more talk about it. Why do you feel that way?
Because first of all, there's a big stigma that most women don't rock together. We don't get along. It's my crew and that's it. And I feel like once we tear always, always. So I feel like once the women decide that we're the, again, going back to the foundation, we're the foundation of it all, we can go anywhere. We're going to heal the nation. We're going to heal the world. We're going to transform this thing. Like, we're not going to, it starts with us.
That's awesome. I wish we have more women like you out there and have women actually watching this, because those are some strong words. Those are really some strong words. So going back to this post stuff. So you had another comment that I thought was very interesting. You said, I seen on another post where you said, you know, I've now become a firm believer that separation in some capacity may save your marriage, because oftentimes you marry for possibility and not reality. All right, so that is, you know, strong words right there. So why do you feel this way? Because I especially love you marry for possibility and not reality. I like that one right there too. So why do you feel this way?
Okay, so I met my husband in 98. Yikes.
Yeah.
We were young, you know. So I saw so much in him, even though like he was still doing his thing, you know. And I understand, first of all, I'm a visionary. I see things in people that they don't necessarily see in themselves. So even when we started building a family, before we got married, I still seen, you know, great things in him. You know, most people marry up, you know, marry into wealth or whatever the case may be, but not their reality. So then they're married for what they see and not what it is. So then you go through situations and circumstances because you're looking at the crystal ball of what they can potentially be and not who they are. And you're not dealing with them from who they are, you're dealing with them for the possibility. So we kind of get into a place where we're asking of someone of something that they don't even see in themselves. So how can you get mad? How can you be upset because this person isn't who you see them as, so they don't see themselves as that, you know? So that's the possibility, you know, in reality. And me being a strong believer of separation, first of all, it makes the heart either grow stronger or weaker. If that person's meant for you, they're always going to be there for you. If it's not, you're going to see this isn't it, you know, and you're going to move on. So one thing I can say for Aaron and I feel like he's become in this place where he understands his own worth, not the worth that I have for him. So since he understands who he is as an individual, who he is in his community, he can change and he can shift so many other things, not from my eyesight, but his own. So that's what that means.
And that's crazy that you say that, because it's amazing, because he's even starting this the book club as well, and you know I'm looking forward to that on Sunday. So I'm looking like it's crazy that how you think something and then you kind of envision it and then it happens, and it's beautiful to me. It's all beautiful to me. You know, you two both are very powerful women, powerful people in the community. Both you and your husband. So that's why I really respect both of you and all that you guys do.
Thanks.
So the questions that I ask every interviewee or every guest are basically tell us about yourself, and then most of the questions are all different, and then the last couple are the same, which is what gets you up every morning, Ashleigh? So what is your motivating factor?
Oh, so again, every day is a gift. So first of all, the opportunity for me to be able to open my eyes, first of all, I'm grateful for that, because there's someone else that didn't get that opportunity. So outside of the gift from God, the great creator of giving me another opportunity to get it right or do something better, that's the first thing. And then I have other people that's looking up to me for that. So now that I have 4 kids that's relying on me to show them the way, I have to get up. I have to move. I have to do something different in some capacity. Or it's the same until I perfect it. So that's what brings me.
Awesome. And then my last question is, for someone that may be walking in the same or similar path as yours, what advice would you give them? Motivate us, Ashleigh.
Well, what can I say?
There's a lot. I know you have a lot, so you can say it all. Yeah, we got the time.
First of all, take a self-reflection. Self-reflection is everything. So first, look in the mirror and look deep within yourself and see, what do you see? What do you like? What don't you like? And work on those things that isn't pleasing to your sight. And then, assess the things that's outside of you, because first of all, and move forward.
So big on self-reflection. I like that, because at the end of the day, you know, once you figure out, like you said, you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that, you know, I need to work on this, and then everything else will probably click, because then you realize that, like you said, most of the time you're probably the problem. You know, you're probably, you know, the solution, because you're the problem, so you can figure out the solution as well. You know, I love that.
Yeah.
Self-reflection is definitely key. This is where I ask you basically if you have any final thoughts, any final comments. You know, you had a great quote before we started. You know, I was mentioning how, you know, like kids these days, you know, we kind of got to push them to do stuff, and we don't want, personally, I don't like doing it. I want them to be able to say, like, I want to do this and I support it. You know, you had a great quote about, you know, you don't want to water the seed too much because then the seed dies. You know, so anything you want to mention out there to anybody, or anything out there that you, final thoughts?
Oh man, be intentional. Be intentional with your thoughts, whether they are positive or negative. And when they become negative thoughts, shift them, because again, going back to the water and seeds, we are gardens. We all need water, we all need nourishment, and whatever you're watering is going to grow, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So be intentional in your thoughts, be intentional in your moves, and water those seeds that you want to manifest in greatness and not in harm.
That is awesome. We are a garden, and no matter what you water, it's going to grow. The good and the bad. That's important to remember that. Because if you keep feeding the bad, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be all up in your head, and that's what's going to be getting you, and that's how you're going to be moving too. Yeah. So that is... Yep, thank you so much again for doing this interview. That's another, yes, that's another interview on MotivateMe313. If anybody have any questions, feel free to let us know. Other than that, if you want to wait on Ashleigh right quick, I'm gonna just end the videos, and then I just want to talk to you for a couple more minutes. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, thank you guys so much.